Hi, friends. Today's lesson, Lesson 2 in Taking Care of the Earth, is all about garbage. But before we begin, I want you to think about what we learned yesterday. What is this a picture of? You're right, it's the planet Earth. I'm wondering if any of you remember what are the three things that Earth is made up of. Did you say land, water, and air? If you did, you are absolutely correct. So when we look at our Earth, I want you to think about what the different parts are. When you look at the brown or green areas, what parts of those? That's right, it's the land. What about the blue areas? Absolutely, oceans and water. And the white areas? How clever of you. It is the air. Today, we learned about why those three substances are very important to how we and all living things use them. As I said earlier, today's read aloud is all about garbage. What do you think garbage has to do with taking care of the earth? I want you to make a prediction in your head, and then at the end of this read aloud, see if you were right with your prediction. Today's read aloud, you're going to learn about what happens to garbage after you throw it into the trash can. I want you to listen carefully so you can answer questions at the end. Hi, good old Earth here again. I thought I'd start by showing you a different view of me. This is what I look like from the moon. Pretty amazing, huh? I look really small from way up there. It's hard to believe that all you people, along with your cities, farms, schools, stores, cars, and houses, fit on Earth. But you do. Today, I'm going to talk to you about something very important. Garbage. That's right, stinky, ugly garbage. Some people also call it trash, waste, junk, or rubbish. Whatever you call it, it's all the same. Stuff you've used and you don't want anymore. Trash is probably not something you think about a lot, but you deal with it every day, and so do I. There's an awful lot of trash on me, and not to make you feel bad or anything, all that trash comes from people. Imagine that you go to a birthday party and that they give you some cake and ice cream. And let's say they serve it all on little paper plates, and they give you a little paper napkin and a plastic spoon to eat it with. You gobble up all the food, and then what do you do with your plate, napkin, and spoon? Do you push them under the sofa and forget about them? Do you open the window and throw them in the backyard? I hope not. Instead, you put the napkin, plate, and spoon in the trash can. A trash can is sometimes called a garbage can or a waste basket. Whatever you call it, it's the place where you throw away your trash. What is this man doing? You're right, he's taking out the trash. I'm guessing this trash can is in his kitchen. Where else do you have trash cans in your house? Some people have one in every room. Lots of people keep one in their bathroom. Is there one in our classroom? How about our school cafeteria? Which ones are bigger? So, why is this man taking out the trash? That's right, because the trash bag is full. But then, what does he do with it? In your head right now, where do you think the trash goes next? Was your prediction right that he would probably take it outside to a bigger trash can or maybe even to something called a dumpster? A dumpster is a large trash container that may be next to a large building. Do we have dumpsters where you live, or do you just have a large trash can outdoors? Once people have thrown their trash bags into a dumpster or an outdoor trash can, they might think, out of sight, out of mind. That means they stop thinking about the trash because they can't see it anymore. But I don't stop thinking about it, and I hope you won't either. But once a week, garbage collectors come along in a big garbage truck, pick up the trash can or dumpster, and dump its contents into the back of a truck. And then what do? Do they park the truck at the edge of town and leave it there? Do they launch the truck into outer space? Do they call up a musician and ask him to come and make the trash disappear? Where do you think the garbage truck takes the trash? places, they take it to the nearest landfill. Some people call the landfill a dump because that's what you do. You dump your trash here. However, I, good old Earth, prefer to call it the landfill to remind people that all they're doing is burying their trash inside me. A landfill is a place where garbage is dumped and buried. This might look like a lot of trash, but trust me when I say that what you see in this picture is just a teeny tiny bit of all the trash people around the world make every single day. Once the piles of trash in the landfill are big enough, bulldozers move in and push dirt on top of the trash. Why bury the trash? It goes back to the idea of out of sight is out of mind. If the trash is underground, people don't have to see it, think about it, or smell it. Your town or neighborhood is much safer and healthier place to live in because all that garbage is buried underground, away from where you live and play. So, just because the garbage is buried doesn't mean it's gone, at least not for a long time. After it's buried, some of the garbage starts to rot or decompose. That means that the trash breaks down into smaller and smaller pieces and becomes part of the soil underground. Trash that was usually food decomposes pretty quickly. The paper plate from the birthday party will decompose too, but it will take longer than food. It may take several years for the paper plate to decompose. What about the plastic spoon? Unfortunately, plastic doesn't rot like food and paper. So that spoon may lay around for hundreds or even thousands of years before it breaks down and becomes part of the earth again. The landfill gets filled up eventually, and a new landfill is needed so people can dump their trash. This picture shows an old landfill that has been closed. Most of the garbage is buried and slowly decomposing underground. As you can see, plants can start to grow on the land again, and some animals may even move back in and make their homes there. But landfills can be dangerous. So much garbage underground means that there could be hazardous gases and chemicals in the area. Hazardous means dangerous, and gases are in the air and we can't see them. The bad gases and chemicals go back into the soil and the air, and it can even get into our water supply underground. This hurts the living things that live on Earth, breathe the air, and drink the water. Using this land again costs a lot of money and requires a lot of hard work and time. In most cases, land like this will remain a dangerous place for many, many years to come. The garbage you drop in the trash can today is out of sight, but it shouldn't be out of mind. At the beginning of our read aloud, I asked you to make a prediction about where the trash went. Were you right with your prediction? Awesome. Tell me really quickly, what was the main idea of what we read aloud today? If you answered garbage, you are absolutely correct. Who creates the trash on the earth? You're right again. It is the people. Our vocabulary word that we want to work on today is hazardous. Say the word hazardous with me. Hazardous. Hazardous means dangerous or able to hurt or harm people. Crossing the street without looking both ways could be very hazardous. The opposite of hazardous is safe. If any things I am saying are hazardous, say that is hazardous. If it is not, you'll say that is safe. Here we go. Throwing trash into the river. That's correct. That is hazardous. Crossing the street when the crossing guard tells you to. That is safe. Wearing a seatbelt when you're in the car. You're right. That is safe. How about eating something you're allergic to? You're right. That is hazardous. Well, until next time.